Lapsset, the multimodal infrastructure program integrating roads, railways and pipelines in Kenya, South Sudan and Ethiopia, is the single largest project of its nature in East Africa. It connects the three countries with Central Africa and beyond, enhancing trade and logistics and giving Ethiopia and South Sudan unfettered access to the 32 berths in Lamu Port. The project takes off at Lamu Port, extending to Isiolo via Garissa, branching to Moyale, the Ethiopian border, and to Nakodok, the South Sudanese border. It is a huge undertaking. The 738-kilometer Isiolo-Lokicha-Nakodok corridor to the border with South Sudan has already begun, while the oil pipeline from Juba to Lamu is a godsend for South Sudan. It will give it direct access to the global oil playing field, creating job opportunities and stimulating enterprise for the people of South Sudan. Apart from the trunk infrastructure, the project includes international airports, resort cities, special economic zones, industrial parks, mineral exploration, and free trade areas to generate and harness economic and business activities for the corridor. It is an investor's dream, fully backed by governments in the three countries and embedded in Kenya's Vision 2030, a crucial de-risking step for investors. In design and implementation, the three countries have also ensured sound environmental standards and utmost security of life and property. Land acquisition and investments are secure, not only by governments but also by the enthusiasm of the populations. As a development trigger, Lapsset will impact the livelihoods of more than 250 million people. For South Sudan, it will consolidate the peace process in the country and build a solid foundation for sustainable growth. For Ethiopia, which has already invested in a 6-lane expressway between the Addis Ababa and Mojo section of the corridor, Lapsset will enhance the current bold political and economic reforms in the country. Kenya estimates that the core Lapsset projects will inject between 2 to 3% of the GDP into the economy and 8 to 10% of the country's GDP through attracted and generated investments. In Lapsset, the African Union's vision of a peaceful, prosperous and fully integrated continent by 2063 has found fulfillment.